Before you go wheeling, you gotta get your rig to the trail. Ian and Jessi take a pile of steel and some plans to build the ultimate trailer. Plus one of rock crawling's toughest challenges, navigating the tunnel. That and more today on Xtreme 4x4.
Welcome to Xtreme 4x4, where today we're going to put together a project that any off-roader can use.
That's right. Whether you have a trail Jeep, a fun buggy, a rock crawler, there's got to be some way you need to get it to the trail. And so far you've seen us build some pretty great projects like Project AJ, Cheap Jeep, Ranger Resurrection.
And we are this close to finishing the ultimate tow rig, the Suburban Gorilla. So we got the ultimate tow rig, and we got all these great trail trucks. So what's missing from that equation? Obviously, the ultimate trailer.
There's a lot of trailers to choose from already. Ones that carry your toys to the trail, and some even have living quarters. We found one major problem though. All the enclosed trailers are too narrow for projects with full width axles like the Poison Spider. But when we were looking, we found something that was perfect for us.
The Scorpion from Fleetwood has the best of both worlds. A flatbed deck to carry your toys to the trail, and the front of the trailer has a folding camper to put up once you get there.
Inside the camper, you have all the amenities of home. It sleeps 4 comfortably, has a small galley, and of course a fridge, a CD player, and a toilet, and a shower. The only problem with the Scorpion is the deck height and length, and of course the load capacity cannot handle a vehicle because it's designed to carry 4-wheelers and motorcycles.
But since the design seems so well thought out, we thought the best thing to do was just build our own. And for that, we're going to need a plan. So we made it called a Master Plans Trailer Plans. Now, Master Plans has basically 2 different packages. They'll sell you a complete set of engineered blueprints with step-by-step instructions on how to build a trailer of your dreams. Or, the one we chose is the plans and every piece you need to build your trailer. I mean everything. The axles, the tires, the wheels, the springs, the nuts, the lug nuts, lights, every single piece you need to put a trailer together, less steel. And this is actually a pretty good deal because we got everything we needed to build our trailer for about $2,500.
Whether you're taking a cow to the sales barn, or you're in the landscaping business, or you're just taking your classic car to the show and shine, Master Plans has a trailer for you. But when we sat down and told them what we needed, we designed a brand new trailer called the 26-foot Xtreme Transport.
With engineered blueprints in hand, we ordered all the steel needed for our trailer.
The first step is to build the basic frame for the flatbed portion of our trailer. Since our trailer is a heavy-duty 14,000-pound model, our main frame will be built using 8-inch C-channel.
Plasma! Our flatbed is 26 feet long. And like most steel yards, ours only carry 20-foot sections. So we will have to make a butt joint with our channel. This is a little trickier than you might think, because when you deal with steel this thick, you have a couple of steps you have to do to ensure a strong weld. The first is to bevel the edge of the steel. This V-notch will allow the weld to penetrate into the steel.
To make that main frame stronger, I'm making these fish plates out of 1/4-inch steel. This will bridge the gap between the 2 pieces once I weld all the edges.
To the back. It's like we meant for it to happen. Now you can really see this is where a set of engineered blueprints pay off big time. This whole structure is only supported by 4 cross members. That's all it needs to hold all the weight. If you're building this yourself, you may think, oh, I need more cross members. And all you'd be doing there is adding weight to the trailer itself, not strength.
And then this 5th cross member is supposed to go up here to keep that distance equal. But we're not gonna put it in yet until we know the actual ride height of the trailer, because we're building this specifically for the Gorilla. So we might need to put it down here or up here, so we're just gonna save it till later. With the base frame assembled, measure from corner to corner. These measurements must be the same. If they aren't, the base frame isn't square.
Spend time here making sure the frame is square. We'll bring in a forklift to hold down one side, since right now it's a bit cattywampus.
Once it's lined up, move from end to end and side to side when welding to keep the frame from distorting from too much heat input. The floor of our trailer will be supported by this 2-inch by 3-inch, 1/4-inch thick angle iron. It's going to be welded flush to our C-channel, so in order to do that, we need to notch out every piece. Each flooring support will have a brace that runs from the bottom of the C-channel to the crossbar to keep the floor from flexing.
Later on, axles, wheels, and a sleeper. But up next, it's the toughest obstacle in rock crawling, the tunnel.
Welcome back to Xtreme 4x4. Check out this shiny aluminum diamond plate that's going to be the new floor of our killer trailer.
Now, being a champion in almost anything is all about taking risks. And in rock crawling, one of those risks is trying a line that no one else does.
But for We Rock driver Bruce Zeller, the risks he takes goes beyond the course, including the sacrifices his family has made in his quest to become king of the hill.
It was billed as rock crawling's biggest event, and the We Rock Grand Nationals drew 21 of the best pro mod drivers in the world.
This is a big event.
Bruce Zeller's hit it hard style has made him a rising star in the sport.
Now that's treating me like a rental.
And the favorite to win the championship.
I hate playing follow the leader because then you're just running point for point with everybody else. I want to cut a new line. I want to take a bonus line that nobody else will even try. I want to advance my skills and this car's skills beyond anybody else's skills.
His road to rock crawling's premier series began as a spectator.
I run heavy equipment all my whole life. So you're used to being on the hills around Phoenix and doing this stuff, so it just comes naturally. And I'm thinking, these guys, I'll watch them do something, I'm thinking, I could do that, but I'd go over here, I'd use that hill to my advantage. And I thought, well, God dang it, I just got to try that.
He did. Then 2 years ago, he went pro.
There's no turning back now. You get so hooked to this thing. I never thought going slow could possibly be fun in my life.
Only 6 drivers would qualify for the $10,000 shootout. And while most of the field struggled, the Arizona boys became the first to nail the tunnel.
This is really the toughest obstacle in rock crawling. It's 14 feet inside diameter, which is just a hair over the wheelbase of the vehicle. They'll use every kind of shifter and brake system that they have. This is where you take everything you learn and apply it into all one setting.
I'll tell you what, that was something. I've never done anything like that.
That was cool.
Oh my God. I want to come back in here after they close and do that again.
It doesn't surprise me with his driving skill that he was able to pull it off.
That was the sickest thing I've ever done in a car, and when I spun it around that tunnel, that was the coolest feeling of my life as far as rock crawling so far.
In rock crawling, failure is just an obstacle away.
Recovery. Recovery on A3. One of the main beams let loose, and that is in a bad area.
He'll be back. He's broke and he's twisted, but he'll be back tomorrow.
Zeller and his crew got it fixed, and they didn't 50 the next course.
I heard some ghosts in the closet when we was creaking down through there. I thought, oh God, don't break now. Man, I am stoked.
He'd go on and earn a spot in the shootout in a rig he calls the Scrapper.
Right now, this year, this car is the hot ticket. On our car, we run an average of 3.5 to 4 inches of shock shaft showing. So when you get the belly onto something, it drops out, you know, the 11 inches you have remaining most of the time. We run the pinions offset. The third members. We want them offset so we can cruise over the boulders. We can use the height of the wheel to get the third member over the boulder so we don't spend so much time hung up. The Atlas, you cannot do these competitions without the Atlas 2 transfer case. This is the creme de la creme of all transmissions. You can really manipulate the car with just which wheels you want to drive.
Success comes at a price.
To be truly competitive in this sport, you've got to spend some money. You're going to spend some hard-earned money. My wife sacrificed building a house for this car. That ain't gonna be good on TV.
In the shootout, Zeller finished third, behind Jesse Haynes and Marty Hart.
It was just effort, 100% effort on George's part, my part, and the car.
In a sport as demanding as rock crawling, Bruce Zeller will continue to make sacrifices for his love of the rock.
It's the adrenaline rush. When we make a wall that nobody else makes, or you make that tunnel turn that nobody else has made, you got away with something that nobody else did, and for some reason that just keeps you stoked. You look forward to that.
Welcome back to Xtreme 4x4 and our ultimate trailer build. This idea all started when we spotted a Fleetwood Scorpion at a local trailer dealer. The design was so great that we took the idea and ran with it. Started to build our own trailer thanks to a set of engineered blueprints from Master Plans.
And with those plans, we also got all the trailer-specific parts in one package, so we could take steel from our local steel yard and put together the ultimate trailer. Now, the first thing to come out of this pile are these heavy-duty fenders.
We can have a total width of 102 inches, and with our state pockets and chainrail, we were right at the limit.
Now here's the tricky part, and a part that's almost impossible without a good set of plans. The gooseneck hitch that comes off the front of our trailer needs to be exact, both sides, right and left. So to accomplish that, we're going to build it here on the floor, basically side by side. With a 30-degree notch cut out of some 8-inch channel, I will bevel the ends to prep them for weld. Then cut some gussets out of another piece of 8-inch channel. To make sure they're the same, I will place each piece on top of each other and tack them at either end. Then finish weld them, turning the piece so the weld is always flat. This will ensure good penetration. Trim the ends for the gooseneck coupler, and then separate each piece and place them back to back to weld the inside. Be sure to leave them clamped until they are cool. Using some temporary bracing to hold it at the correct height, the entire gooseneck piece can be attached to the trailer.
I feel like a horse.
And finally weld a 24-inch by 30-inch piece of 1/4-inch plate to gusset the entire assembly and hold it in place.
The Master Plans trailer package has some of the best products included with it, all from Quality Trailer Products. Now, our package includes the slipper spring assemblies and 2 7,000-pound axles with pretty ingenious greasing systems for the axle bearings. Now, most axles simply have a Zerk fitting on the outside dust cover, but as you can see in this cutaway, there is a grease tube that is machined right into the hub so you can get grease to those back bearings. To make sure we have good quality welds on our spring hangers, we will mount the entire assembly on a piece of 1/2-inch thick steel. With everything bolted together, we can raise the trailer and place the entire assembly in position 208 inches from the uprights to the axle center line.
And before we weld the axle plate in for good, we'll roll the trailer back and forth to make sure it's tracking straight. All right, this thing's really starting to come together, and with it sitting on its wheels, we can go ahead and get the position for our twin front jacks. And we're gonna mount those using these little pieces of angle iron that will weld to the jack body, but bolt to the actual trailer in case we ever have to take them off and service them. And all that's left up front here is the actual gooseneck assembly itself. Now the Master Plans kit comes with a typical 20,000-pound Bulldog gooseneck, but we're going to upgrade to this gooseneck coupler from Pop-Up Industries. It's a rubber isolated gooseneck coupler that's designed to take a lot of the kick out of hauling a gooseneck trailer. And then once this is all done, good to go.
Welcome back to Xtreme 4x4. All the heavy fab work is finished on our ultimate trailer, and now we can get started on all the finished details like the floor.
And since we're building the ultimate trailer, we decided to go with this aluminum diamond plate for the decking material. It only added about $500 to our total steel order, and I think it's well worth it.
I know what you've been wondering all this time. Is building this trailer really worth it? Well, we called around and got an average price of $19,000 for a similar 26-foot gooseneck trailer.
The base kit from Master Plans was $2,500. We had some upgrades like the chrome rims and the gooseneck coupler, and that added about $700. All the steel was $4,000 flat. So the total investment is $7,200. We are well ahead of the game. Now the ultimate trailer is really starting to come together, but we're really still missing one key ingredient that really drew us to that whole Scorpion trailer design. And that key ingredient sits right here. But don't worry, because right now, it's sitting right over there.
We were able to pull a few strings and get the actual pod used on the Scorpion directly from Fleetwood. But if you're building your own trailer, you can go ahead and get any pop-up camper that you so wish, new or used. We are going to mount ours using a system so that it can be removed from the trailer if we want to and just have a 26-foot flatbed. We use Miller welders in our shop, so we thought, why not put one on our ultimate trailer? Miller Electric has introduced a new series of engine-driven welders that are small in size but big on welding power. It has a 12 3/4 horsepower Kohler motor with an electric start, an hour meter, and an auto idle feature that will lower the RPM when there is no electrical draw. This will save us fuel and maintenance costs. This baby will pump out 185 amps of arc welding power in either stick or TIG. Plus, it's a true 6,000 watt generator, so it'll power all of our goodies when we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Now, if you remember, Jessi said we were not putting a chain rail on this trailer, and this is why. When we called up Max Custom Tie Downs for our tie straps and axle loops, they told us about their unique VersaTrack system. This extruded aluminum strip will go all around the perimeter of our trailer and give us tie downs for light-duty cargo as well as heavy-duty cargo like vehicles. And the best thing is, with this setup on this trailer, we can tie down anything.
And then all we have left to do is wire up all the lights and the brakes, paint all the bare steel, and as soon as the Gorilla's done, this will go on the road with it too. So we'll see you next week!